We have phones?
What's going on, folks? It is the True Vapor Show number 84. Yes, 84. We are coming at you with two special guests today on here. So, without further ado, I'm going to start it off with my side man, Mr. Fagan. Take it away, sir.
Howdy, everybody. Let's see. Got the which camera? There we go. The V3 Boss V3 XL with the Medusa, I believe, from Geek Vape on top, and then the Lost Vape drone and the Goon LP. Vaping on some Daily Dose Morning and also some of this. What the hell is this? Doodle-doo. Some vape milk. There we go. That's it. Very simple this morning. Thank you.
You're like real simple this morning. So, all right. And next we have Johnny English. First time showing up on the show. Take it away, Johnny.
Well, thanks for having me. And I've got the High-On D2C TIG mod there, if you can kind of see it with my shitty lighting, and my Recoil RDA with a little bit of Mike Vapes. Hit that donut. What is this? This is Peephole. So Peephole in that. And then I've got my my little Minikin V2 right here, Cleto 120 with, where's it at? With my favorite of all time, Reserved After Dark. That's pretty, well, actually I do have my IPv6X and my Goon, special edition Lost Ark Goon, blue matchy and all that good stuff with Glory Hole. That's it for me.
Nice. And our very special guest, which Johnny's special too, but our...
Well, I'm special, but not in that way.
You're specialer than me. You got a better voice than me. I've always liked Johnny's voice.
Yeah, Johnny does have a damn good voice.
Soothing. I need him to just call me at night and talk to me while I'm falling asleep.
Oh, and we've got Mr. Matt. Take it away.
I honestly don't have anything special because I was in a super big hurry to come downstairs and get everything set up. So all I have is my Minikin V2 and my Blazer mini tank. And I got a Taro Nano set up over here too. I'll probably vape on.
Nice. Well, I'm going to keep it simple today too. I'm doing my Boss Genesis with the US1 Addy with that nice copper top. And in that, doing some coil spill. Good stuff right there. So, what is happening with everybody out there? I'm glad y'all could join us. And yeah, we got a star-studded panel. Other than myself, I'm just here to watch everybody talk. So, first, I wanted to say we were talking about this right before the show. Johnny, why don't you tell us about what the FDA was talking to you about? Found that pretty interesting right there.
I'm actually checking my email again to see if they, and of course she hasn't sent me an email yet, but several months ago I actually called the FDA, and of course anyone that's ever called the FDA knows they don't pick up the phone. You actually have to leave a message, and then they will, at their, whenever they feel like it, they will call you back. Several months later, about a week ago, they finally called me, left a message, and I forgot, didn't call her back. She called again this morning before I hooked up with you guys. Missed the call again, called her back, of course, went right to her voicemail. Then she called me back again, and just to tell me that she's going to email me the response to the question that I asked. So I'm still waiting on the answer. And the question I asked, and here's, as a vape reviewer and as receiving merchandise for free for the purpose of review, I wanted to know what the ruling was and how it concerned us. Because number one, I think even though I don't have the subscribers, these guys that Matt and Mark and Mike and all these other guys have, but still I put a lot of hard work into it, and I don't want to see it go away. And I also want to make sure that I'm, in compliance as much as I possibly can. So that's why I asked them the question. She said there is some kind of special deal, and it has something to do with business to business. I won't know until I get the email. Again, I just checked. I don't have it yet. So I really can't speak on. Matt, you might know something I don't know, but I'm still waiting on that email.
So you're saying like you want to see like as far as vape reviewers getting free stuff, is that something different from like normal free samples and things of that nature?
Right, and it should be because you and I, and all of us here that have reviewed stuff and got stuff for free, and then really one of the main reasons I asked is because one of the vendors that used to send me stuff, evcigarettes.com, they used to send me stuff, and he was after August 8th, he got scared, and he didn't know what to do. He didn't know what the ruling, how to go about it, whether he could send me stuff at a really huge discount or what the case may be. Anakin charges people, and I guess they feed the money back somehow. Maybe I shouldn't say that on the air, but they've got a way. They've got a way of doing it. Cut that out. Can you cut that out? Can you beep that out?
Edit.
Yeah, can you edit that out, please? The final cut. But anyway, yeah. There's ways of getting around, so to speak. Oh, fuck, I should have said that. Sorry. But I'll never get anything from Anakin ever again. But I just want to know. And Matt, I don't know if you've had more dealings, maybe with it than I have, and some of these other people have. Maybe you know something. I don't know.
It's just like one of the many gray areas that the FDA has done. I mean, yeah, I've seen there's been a few manufacturers now that have tried to charge or like, at least ask you for like $5 or whatever. Right. But it is something different. I mean, I guess it could be like looked at as payment for a service. But I mean, it's tough to say because I don't want to put words in the FDA's mouth. It seems like they've got a lot bigger fish to fry right now, but yeah, it's something that I've wondered too. I'll be interested to see if you get a definite answer from them because every time I email them and ask for an answer on something, I'm even more confused than when I started.
And I'm sure that's going to be the case once I actually get the email. I'm going to be scratching my head.
But it may be something. It may be something where like you have to, they may say you have to be registered as a business or something like that in order to get it free. I don't know.
Wait, guess what?
You just got an answer.
Yeah.
So what's the big answer?
Well, I got to dig into it. You guys talk. Because they send links on top of links on top of links. It says you asked about the distribution of free samples under the deeming rule for newly deemed products. On January 17, 2017, FDA issued a draft guidance entitled The Prohibition of Distributing Free Samples of Tobacco Products, which, when finalized, will reflect FDA's current thinking on how the ban on free samples generally applies to tobacco products. And again, I hate the fact they even lump it in with tobacco, but I'll check it out here. You guys...
Yeah, it seems like every time I ask them a question about something, all they do is regurgitate back the stuff that they've already told us, but they won't dive deeper into it. Like when I've talked to them about what was it that I was asking about hardware and stuff, and like actually like trying to get them to pick apart what would actually be considered components and what's considered a tobacco product, and I don't even think most of them know themselves really.
Are they pretty fast to respond to you? Like in the past when you've tried to contact or anything, do you normally get some type of response pretty fast from them? Like even just to recognize that you've reached out to them, or is it just like take forever?
I had one time where it was really quick, and then another time where it took forever, and then they finally wrote me back, but they wrote me back like the same email like 4 times over like a week period. Like they're very disorganized.
I got you.
I mean, I have a hard time understanding how they're going to enforce a lot of these regulations. I feel like they're in way over their head right now.
Yeah, so
I mean, that's why, like, I mean, I'm not saying that they would never go after reviewers. It very well could be. It just seems like there's like bigger fish to fry for them right now that they're not even able to address with the manpower they have. But I mean, it would be nice to get a definitive answer. I mean, I'm thinking that they would probably, I mean, a lawyer would probably say that, we have to be registered as like a business or something to get a sample, and then it's different from, you know, just being some, you know, like you're just a consumer receiving a sample, basically.
Yeah, because this question's been like ongoing for a long time. Just, you know, and people are concerned. Are you going to come at me with like a fine or something because I'm receiving product and I didn't understand what the you know, what this all entails or not for us?
Well, it wouldn't be us. It would be the people that are giving the samples. It's just like if you were to give, if you owned a vape shop and you were giving free samples to your customers, the customer's not going to get in trouble. You're going to get in trouble. So it would be, you know, it would be like if they did decide to crack down, they'd go after whatever vendors are sending out free stuff.
I got you. You don't feel as though they would say, hey, you as the person receiving it, you should know not to take this, and you know that there would be some like penalties against that person either? Or
no, if they went after reviewers, they would probably go after reviewers for giveaways, for giving stuff to consumers.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
I mean, that would be more like a little more of a black and white situation probably that they could go after. But
now, is that something that you've kind of calmed down with over the past months, like kind of eased off doing giveaways and stuff? Or are you still in that mode of, you know,
I do them once in a while. I just don't have, honestly, I don't have the time to do them more. I'd like to, but like trying to balance, I play Mr. Mom during the day because of Vanessa's schedule, and then like doing the 2 channels and stuff. It's hard.
Gotcha.
But I mean, if you are going to do a giveaway, it's not a bad idea to at least make them pay for shipping or something.
And
I'm
so
still going to do them, but I'm definitely going to at least try to get a couple bucks every time I do it to cover my ass just in case.
I got you. And I know for a fact, me and Mark's always heard from some people that by charging to say, hey, you want it, but you have to pay for shipping, that you can't do that. That is like, Mark, how did that get worded again?
I forgot. There's so many different, like, everyone has their own thing. Like, some people charge a few dollars. Some people, everyone's different. You know, I don't, the way I understood it or someone told me is as long as you're not a business that you're allowed to do giveaways. If you're not like a business or own like a liquid company or anything like that, then you were allowed to do giveaways.
Yeah, I mean, that could very well be too. I mean, again, I think, and I'm not a lawyer or anything, but I mean, I do think that they have bigger fish to fry than to come after reviewers.
Yep.
But
That's what I thought
there's
too.
plenty of big multi-million-dollar companies that aren't in compliance right now that they would be more likely to go after.
Exactly.
But I mean, that's just my guess. Just my luck. They'll fucking call me up tomorrow now. But most likely, like with the FDA, you usually get a written warning first before you ever get fined.
It would seem too that with what the FDA does handle in the country, vaping would be so minute compared to all the other things that really would consume their time, and it just doesn't seem like it would be there for them to, I don't know. All of it seems like a bunch of shit to me just at the end of the day, but you know, that's just my feeling to it. I'm certain many others too, but
I don't even think the FDA knows what's going on. So
No.
yeah.
Well, apparently I mean, you see new products hitting every day. I mean, there's still new shit coming out every single day.
Oh, but those were all soft launch before August 8th, remember?
Oh, yeah.
It'll be like 2030. This was soft launch back in 8/8 of 16.
Well, I have been enjoying your new channel now. How's all that working out? Because I noticed y'all been cranking out quite a few videos on there.
Good. Yeah, we have an upload schedule over there, so it's Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. It's good. It's I feel like I spend most of my time just editing videos, but
yeah, some of those videos seem like it's more work than the vape reviews. Like
a lot of them are more. Yeah, they take me longer to edit for sure. Some of them are easy, but yeah, most of them do take me longer.
And that was something I was noticing too, that it appeared that a whole lot more work is going into those type videos than what you would actually have to put into doing reviews. So I'm certain with the both now, that's really starting to fill a schedule up.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's like a little more challenging creatively. You know, like with vape videos, you basically have a product, you know what you're making a video on. You're making a video on this product. But with that, with the other channel, you got to just come up with random ideas every week and then, try to creatively edit them too. Some of them work out and some of them end up being really fucking stupid.
I want to be like Phil DeFranco. Is like what 8 to 10 minute videos every day, and that's it. And he's got like 5 million subscribers.
Oh yeah, and he's got like a crew of like 10 people. It must be nice. Doesn't have to edit or anything. Doesn't have to do all his research. Just to sit there and do his. He does a good job. I like his videos.
Oh, I do too.
Well, I've got to say this, and folks, if y'all have not seen it, I know you have. But Mark, I have to give it to Mark. Mark has won, as of 2017, Mark has won Video of the Year with the video he put out yesterday. And if y'all have not seen it, y'all are fucking missing it right now.
I wouldn't say Video of the Year.
Holy shit. I have never in my life seen somebody do what Mark did yesterday. So, Matt, if you ain't got a chance to see it after we get done, you have got to go look at it.
I haven't seen it yet. What's it on? Did you get naked?
Close. Mark's done. Mark started it off with the Vaping video, which was pretty awesome and funny.
I like the shower video.
Then he did a shower video with the mod, but this one right here, it takes the cake. So,
we ever get a product that you kind of know that you're going to get trolled for in the comments? So what I did was I just trolled myself in the video, so that way the trolls couldn't troll me. I took away their their spotlight.
Oh, and
they're probably pissed. Like, fuck, we can't troll them now. What the fuck are we gonna do?
That does work sometimes. I find if you make fun of yourself, especially on the things people will make fun of you on, it takes the air out of the trolls.
It worked beautifully. Like, there wasn't one fucking negative comment. Like, wow, this is wonderful. I should start doing this more often.
And there's almost 1,000 comments on that video already, and it was just put up yesterday.
Yeah, well, that's because of the giveaway. But yeah, there's like no negative comments. So I trolled the troll.
But seriously, Matt, after this is over, you got to watch it. You will literally be crying after the first 3 minutes. It is so damn funny. So
yeah, I'll definitely check it out.
I got to give it to Mark on this one. So, so what else has been happening? Anything good coming this week for you, Mark?
The Lost Vape drone is pretty cool. I got that. Loving that so far. What else did I get? The new, I probably shouldn't show this, but the new V3, the XL.
Nice.
What else? The Medusa from Geek Vape that is pretty nice, and I think that's. Oh, I got the. I don't know if this is old or new. The Vapor Shark 133, or the Vapor Flask. I'm sorry. Where's it at? Right here. I don't know. It feels. I don't know if it's old or new or not. Damn, my camera's like mirrored for some reason in Hangouts.
You got too many cameras going.
So I'm pushing everything this way, thinking I got to go that way. But yeah, that, and I think that's it. Nothing really too exciting. I mean, well, yeah, it's exciting, but the drone is really nice. Been really loving that. Finally got 2 batteries in the Squonk device. Tired of all these single 18650 ones. So far, been loving that.
Are you into the squonking thing, Matt, or is that not your cup of tea?
I have been in the past. I need to get it. I've given my Squonk mods away though, and so I need to get it. That one does look interesting because you're right. Usually they're very limiting with the battery.
Yeah, the only thing, like, I don't know if it's the bottle or what it is, but the bottle is awfully tight. When you got to squonk this thing, like, it's a real workout for your finger. Usually they're pretty soft to push, but this one you gotta really cram on it. I don't know if the bottle's too stiff or what the hell the deal is.
Well, it's probably because you hadn't got out of the house lately to do your finger exercises. So
Yeah, I do those,
Yeah.
once in the mornings.
Stop working the wrists and start working the fingers, bro.
Oh man.
Is there going to be colors for the drone? I don't know. I asked them as far as colors, and they said only black at the moment. I'm assuming as it becomes more popular, they might drop more colors, but they told me just black at the moment.
Got you. Well, I noticed that you've been a fan since I've been seeing some of your videos here lately of the Blazer tanks, which I know my Mini has been like my go-to-work tank with me every day. So absolutely love it, and the full size is badass too. So
Yeah, I like the Mini quite a bit. It's I like that. That's more my speed than like the full size. I mean, I'll break out like the TFV12 and tanks like that sometimes, but I mean for like an all day type device, I like the Baby Beast type or the Blazer Mini tanks like that.
yeah, it's definitely been a good one, and I love the ease of the top fill on it. So it's been a good one. So what's happening with you, Mr. Johnny English?
Work. Pretty much it. I don't really have any new stuff to. Well, I've got stuff. I should have done a video like 2 weeks ago, but I've just been procrastinating.
Yep.
Some more new stuff from a new company that bewilders me on how they're able to send stuff out. But it is what it is. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of waiting. Just waiting on stuff to arrive.
Gotcha. Well, I know in 2 more weeks we are doing the Detroit thing.
Yes.
We will, all of us except Matt's not going on this ride. So unfortunately, I wish he could be there for this.
I know, me too. And that's his fault.
Yeah, we'll blame her on it then. We've been keeping up with the vendor list on this. It seems to be quite smaller than what it was last year, but I think a big part of it is a lot of us are going just for the people that are actually showing up to it. So that should be pretty fun. But that's supposed to be, what is it, 3rd through the 5th, I think. Yes, something like that. I know we're getting there Thursday and leaving out Monday. That's all I know. So hopefully there won't be 10 foot of snow on the ground and all that good stuff.
Shut up.
Yeah, I know. Especially living in the South, I love my warm weather and don't have to worry about all that crap like most of y'all do. But
it's supposed to be 60 degrees here Sunday or Monday.
Oh, nice.
When's the first day of spring? April or something?
Shit.
It hasn't even snowed yet.
I thought it was March, like towards the end of March. I don't know.
I think it is something like that.
Don't mention snow to Matt because I'm sure he's gotten plenty where he's at.
Yeah, it's all melting this week, though. I mean, it was bad. We had, there was probably out in our yard at least like 3 or 4 feet. And then this week it's just warmed up. It's gotten to like the 40s, and then everything's melting and wet and nasty.
Uh-oh, I see you're into the spinner thing.
Yeah, they are kind of cool. I honestly, I originally got them for my my son's got I'm not going to say ADD because like doctors have said a few different things. So when we're waiting and seeing, but he's got some focus problems, we'll say that. And like stuff like this actually helps him, like having something to fidget with actually helps him concentrate.
Nice. Well, I know that Phenom, he gets them, and of course he pays probably easy $2,000-3,000 for his since he's a big boy and everybody.
Yeah,
but,
there are some that are expensive.
Yeah, he's got to have all the high end stuff there. But so is since RTAs have been like just getting more and more flooded into the market. It seems as though, and there's been some real good ones to come out. Has there been any to really just catch your eye? Are you a big RTA person or not? Or
Yeah, I am. I mean, I like single coil RTA is still the best. I really liked like the engine, the OBS engine Nano. That was a good one. For dual coil, I definitely dug like the Troll RTA. There is just more and more coming out every day. It seems like.
Have you seen
Like
the deck on? Have you seen the deck on the Pharaoh yet? You know what it looks like? I haven't either. I was just maybe you did, but I'm curious to see what it's going to look like. If it's still going to have a single coil option like the Pharaoh.
Mark, you hadn't seen anything?
As far as RTAs,
Yeah.
no, I've been mainly looking at like RDAs. I haven't know. I mean, the newest thing that I was excited about was the Sherman tank.
Oh yeah, I have that one on the way. It looks interesting.
That one is pretty nice. The Sherman, like you're either gonna love it or hate it. I've kind of found out.
Yeah, there's been a big
Is there like a big controversy over that thing? Like
it's growing and growing. I guess it's of how new it is, but it's like you're either on one side of the tracks or you're not with it. There's no like in between with it, it seems. So people are either loving it or they're kind of like, damn, this thing leaks, yada yada, or whatever. I know Mark got a little bit of negative action towards his video that he put up of it, but
yeah, I used to like research like products like on forums before I would review them to see what people thought about them, and I kind of stopped doing that. And then when I reviewed the Sherman, I loved it, and then I found out that there's a big post on ECF about people that just didn't like the damn thing, and I'm like, why don't you guys like it? I don't understand.
But is it more about the price? Because I'm sure Matt had to deal with that with the Hurricane. You know,
I don't know. I didn't read through all the different posts, but I'm pretty sure the price was part of it. But I don't know. There's a lot of good stuff coming out of China lately that has a higher price tag. Like a lot of the RDAs that are coming from like the Recoil and all the like Twisted Messes ones and all these other ones they're built really well. They're pricey, but they're still coming out of China. So
Yeah.
I think we have to get over this whole China is only gonna only good for lower cost shit.
all right, well, let me ask you this. If you didn't have one in hand and you were going to purchase this and what the price tag on them were going for what, about $89-$90? If you knew that it was made in China, would you still purchase it for that price?
I was trying to buy one. I didn't care if it was made in China or not. I was still going to buy one. I don't know. Some people just think, like I said, I've had really good quality stuff come from China. So the price, the whole China made in the U.S., made in China thing doesn't bother me too much.
Well, a lot of times with these products too. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
The ones that are expensive are the ones that like, like they're collaborations or they were designed by a company in the States or something like that, and then it's like, it's one more mouth to feed usually. Because wasn't the Sherman like designed by somebody in the States or UK or something like that?
Yeah. And then I also think they
just outsourced manufacturing.
And I think they kind of choose the manufacturer in China that they go with, so that way it's a quality product. They just don't pick like the cheapest company that will build it for them. Because the Sherman, like you would never think it's made in China. I thought it was made. Me and Mike thought it was made in the U.S. until the guy emailed us and said, "No, it's made in China." I'm like, "Holy shit!"
Well, there wasn't a huge sting made about the SX Mini. It's all Chinese from start to finish.
Yep.
That's an expensive mod. I mean, all the SX Mini variations, they're all expensive mods, and they're all Chinese from start to finish. So I don't see any problem.
There's so many things like there's so many variables when it comes to the price too. For example, like it's gonna be more expensive if that company only had a couple thousand made as opposed to 50,000. So like it just depends. And like there are Chinese manufacturers out there that do just as good of a job, if not better than some US manufacturers. But I mean, I've seen that in other hobbies I have too, where like there's Chinese knives that are going for hundreds of dollars now. And it used to not be like that. But there's like high-end Chinese manufacturers. But I mean, you know, it all depends on what the value is to you, what it's worth to you. $89 if it's an amazing RTA and you love it. It doesn't seem like it's an awful price.
I think I would wait. Something that high price, no matter where it's from, I'm going to wait and see what everybody thinks about it first before I spend the money. I mean, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, the only tricky part is getting the wicking down, like trying to wick it perfectly to where it's not going to leak on you, and because you got to use a lot of cotton with it. So I can understand the leaking problem that people talk about, but once you figure it out how to do it, it's a real nice RTA.
Yeah, because I know that Tom was even talking about he was experienced just a tad bit of leaking with his, and then he moved his coils a little bit, re-wicked, and then he said it improved it so much. Now, to where we're at today, I don't know how he's still feeling about it, but I do see him use it quite a bit. But
any of the larger RTAs, like I think 28 and above, like 28 and 30, they're all going to have that leaking issue. If you wick them the same way you wick a 25, it's going to leak. You got to wick them a little bit differently.
Yeah. Well, let me ask this, because and I know this is just going to put Mark in a tailspin right here. So on Facebook, I noticed you've put some posts in the past about guns and stuff like that. Are you big into the handgun thing? Meaning,
Are you asking me or?
Yeah, asking you.
I'm not like super big into it, but I do have a few.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not. I wouldn't say like I'm a hardcore gun collector or anything, but I live in Montana. I mean, you have to have a few, and it's so dangerous here in Montana. You know, you just absolutely need guns. It's that's the funny thing is it seems like the people that have the most guns are always, you know, it's the country where there's no crime. Of course, the alternative argument is that there's no crime because everyone has guns. So
true.
Well, you never know when a big moose or something's going to run out.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
try to attack you.
Well, it's kind of the opposite here. I mean, lots of folks do carry, me being one, and but there's still a lot of crime. So you almost have to carry here, but I don't know.
Well, I know if I wanted to rob houses in Montana, I would definitely think twice because just about everyone here has a gun at home.
Anytime we're in a private room and we get to talking about guns with somebody, Mark just kind of like starts getting in a fetal position because he's not a gun person at all. So
I wasn't at all, like, because I grew up in Seattle, you know, and it's just like the gun culture is not big over there. And so it's not like something where I'm I don't hunt. I'm not diehard or anything. I don't have a concealed carry permit or anything, but it's fun to have. And I mean, I'll be honest with you, not that I'm super scared, but I have had a few threats before, you know, so like sometimes it does freak me out because I'll hear other YouTubers like where people will show up at their house or people will like break into their house or something. Not saying that that's going to happen to me, but I mean, you never know.
That's creepy.
You know what?
I've had people say I'm going to hunt you down before and stuff like that.
Let's talk about that for a second, because I guess I really never thought of it. When you get to say the numbers that you're at with your subs and you've got a very huge following, do you tend to get like a lot of emails from just out of the blue of people like, man, you know what? I hate you. If I ever see you out in public, I'll kick your, you know, just weird off the wall stuff like that? Or is that like a very rare thing?
Not as much emails, but more like YouTube comments and stuff like that. I mean, I think that the more people are able to mask their identity, the ballsier they get. And I've had some YouTube comments that have definitely been threatening. It's not like it's like an everyday occurrence or anything like that.
I wasn't serious, Matt. Come on.
Yeah, it's really just because of Johnny. Scares me.
Johnny and his voice.
I did screw my windows shut after a few vlogs Johnny did.
Oh, gosh.
Stop it.
So I'm going to just keep directing towards you. I noticed, and I'm certain a lot of people did, they noticed you did a live feed last night. I know we talked about this beforehand, but Is this something that might get to be a regular thing with you, or are you just kind of playing around with it right now? Or
Yeah, it might be. I'll probably be more organized with like last night. It was just like on a whim. I just wanted to test it out, and I like trying to be able to like being able to see the comments and stuff on my phone was really tough. So I'm probably, like if I do it again, I'll have like my computer set up and look at the comments on my computer. But it was really easy to do it with my cell phone, and with my phone, I think that the video quality is probably just as good as my webcam. So I'll probably do it again. But I'll probably find a few moderators and stuff to help me out too. I was getting trolled a little bit.
yeah.
Speaking of live, is the reviewers queue ever coming back?
I doubt it.
No.
That's yeah, probably not.
That show had such good potential. It just ended.
I know, like
busy
no
or-
one wanted to take like the reins. Really, everybody was kind of like everybody was like, okay, I'll be part of it, but no one really wanted to like
do the work.
Yeah, do the work.
Well, I can tell you from where we're at now with stuff, if you were to team up with a lot of the larger names and stuff like that, and if it was just a every other week, once a month thing, I would think that y'all would have so many people viewing it. I mean, because a lot of people would love to see the interaction between like you and, other reviewers and stuff like that. Ones that, especially everybody watches and keeps up with. So
By team up, he means with the Make It Right guy.
Oh God, here we go. Here we go.
He actually made a nice video about me recently. I was quite shocked.
Did he? Holy shit.
About my battery video. It was like, I was like, oh, great. Here we go again. Somebody told me, yeah, you made another video about you. But he actually said something nice. It was shocking.
He hammered you that one video. I was like, good Lord, dude, you need to fucking, he makes me look tame.
Yeah, he's gotten me a few times on advocacy stuff. Whatever.
I heard he's doing a live show. He's been talking about it in chat rooms or in.
I'm sure we'll all tune right in.
Yeah, I'll be there for that one.
Mark, you ought to be a guest on there.
Hell no, not me. I ain't going down that fire.
Come on now, shit.
But yeah, I mean, I'd be open to doing like a live show with other reviewers. Some reviewers are just flaky, though.
Yeah.
Like Twisted. God bless his heart. But I don't think I'd be able to get that guy to do a show with me every week. He'd forget.
Well, he actually posted a video, what was it, about a month ago? And I had looked at it, and he had stated that he thought he might want to start doing a live thing.
I thought he was.
I think he started. Him and I have talked a few times about doing a live stream together, but yeah, I think he did it a few times, like a couple months back.
Okay.
Mark, didn't you do one with him or something?
Yeah, me, Mike, him, and Thesis, I think his name was.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, and then we had him on Mark's show. What, man? Almost a year ago.
Yeah, briefly he was on there.
Yeah, he came on. It was during football season, so his game was about to come on. So he came on for about, I think, 30 minutes and then hopped. So, but
You got to dedicate a lot of time. Like, to do a live show, it's like you don't just click go live. I mean, you got to like dedicate time and shit.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
I'm horrible with the schedule. Like I have so many things going on that change every week, where I have to be Mr. Dad and take the kids to gymnastics and then have to go do this. And sometimes I feel like I need a fucking minivan. But so I'm like running around all day, taking the kids to all their stupid activities. Then I coach I coach my son's basketball team. It's like tough to like always have the same time, same, day every week.
Yeah, that would be hard to do.
do you? Well, dang. So you need to get video on that then. You need to get video and you coaching and all that, and put it into your other channel and kind of mix things up a little bit. Or that be against the
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I don't think I'd really want to put somebody else's kids in.
That's
my
true.
videos,
That's
especially on that channel.
yeah.
Not exactly like always family friendly.
Yeah, you could run into some situations there. Oh man.
Sign this release form so I can have your kid on YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That'd be creepy.
we'll
there
keep
might be some F-bombs and stuff in that.
yeah. We'll keep the language down to a minimum. Oh man.
It actually is quite fun. It's fun. It's fun coaching the kids and stuff. I love basketball, so it's been cool. We're undefeated right now.
Nice.
I try not to act too competitive in front of the kids, but I'm always pumped because we whoop the other team's ass.
I always used to make fun way back in the day when I would see these parents just get rowdy as hell
Oh, I know.
when their kids would be playing and stuff going, I cannot believe that you can't contain yourself. But you know what?
Yelling at refs and stuff.
Yeah, but when my girls got to the age where they started playing basketball and I'm sitting here watching, that was me. I've got a pretty loud voice when I get cranked up. And my wife would look at me and she's like, dude, you need to chill out. You know, it's a game. And I'm like, I can't help it. But, you know, I used to make fun of folks all the time doing that stuff. So
there are some like ones that like my stepdaughter plays basketball too. And some of the parents at her games are just ridiculous. And like they're just like screaming at their kids too, not even like encouraging, just like, what are you doing? Get under the hoop.
Hell yeah. And they're just
the kids just like freeze up even more the more you yell at them.
Yeah, they're standing there like deer in headlights, just like, man, what should I do now?
I've found like with the coaching that the best way to get them to do what you want is to bribe them. If they know that they're gonna have that I brought treats and stuff for the end of the game, they're gonna definitely try their hardest.
So what is there any big events for the year that y'all are going to try to make before the year's up with, or you just kind of play it by ear when they come up?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure yet. I would like to go over to England again. Honestly, that the events over there have just been, they remind me of how the events used to be in the States. Like they're just packed. Like, and they're like the last one we went to, like there was like 1,000 people in line all day long waiting to get in because they were at max capacity.
Oh, wow.
And just like there's like what at that last one, over 300 booths. And it just had like that energy. And I feel like when I've gone to like, ever since like the regulations got announced and stuff last year, all the vape events I've gone to in the States is just like the air's been taken out of a lot of people, and it's kind of sad. And sometimes it feels like you're going to a funeral. And I'm wondering, I think it could get better once people like a lot of these companies realize, okay, this shit's happened and I'm still afloat. I'm still in business. You know, it could get better this year, but the last few I've been to have been in the States have just been kind of rough.
Do you actually see when you like, how many of those have you attended overseas?
Two.
All right. When you go to them, do you see a whole lot of product in there, like as of hardware that you wouldn't see stateside, or is it pretty much comparable?
Yeah, there's more hardware at those. I mean, the one that we went to is like a really big one, like kind of an ECC California size one. Mm-hmm. And so you do get like even in the States, you know, those big ones, you do see more hardware, but like you don't see as much hardware at like the smaller like regional ones, kind of like, you know, like the Detroit one you're talking about, or like VCCs and stuff. It's mostly juice, but yeah, there was a good amount of hardware at the ones we went to in England.
Nice.
Yeah, back in the day, like all these vape expos used to have so much hardware. It was like more hardware than juice. Now it's like all juice.
Well, a lot of the only companies that can afford it anymore are the juice companies.
Yeah, how much was a table at Detroit? I think Phenom said something like it was 6,000 or something a table, or something. I forgot what it was.
No, well, they had a larger booth there that was actually like 8,000, but they were gonna give them a discount, knock like $1,000 off of it or something. But still, that's a pretty steep. Steep price to me, I would think.
I always try to talk Geek Vape into going and selling shit, and they always say it's not worth it. Like they don't.
Yeah, they only really like the Chinese manufacturers want to do like the big ones, you know, like ECC California or something like that. And then the smaller modders can't really afford it usually. And so then you're basically left with the juice companies.
Well, you normally do the one in Tampa, don't you?
Yeah.
Is that one?
That one's mostly juice. I mean, I think there's a few like vape shops that'll have like regional, you know, like Tampa vape shops that'll have booths, and they might have some hardware there. But it's mostly juice. Honestly, I mean, the main reason to go to those is just seeing people, hanging out with people.
Gotcha. Yeah, I know for a definite that's a big part of this trip coming up. So, because it seems like you can actually make the loop in about like 15 minutes, and it's like, damn, I got a whole weekend of this. So,
yeah.
But
I don't even look at stuff that closely anymore when I go to them. I just, you know, it's just a fun time to like see people and stuff.
Definitely.
That's what I go there for too, just to hang out with people. I don't really go for anything else, really.
You go to those so you can take selfies because you love to see yourself on Instagram.
Hell yeah, he does.
I go there for the vape models, pretty much. That's it.
Now the funnest one we've done so far, we all went to Vegas, and of course that was kind of a working event for a lot of us. But Mark actually, he was working with UL, and Mark left the booth because they didn't care when he came and went or anything, and he was probably gone more than he was there. But he had his little camera, and he'd start waddling through the floor. And if you go back and watch the video, you'll see the camera doing this shit because of the way he walks. And it's like, holy shit, you're about to make me dizzy.
I didn't realize I walked like that until I watched the video. I'm like, I actually fucking waddle like a penguin. I'm like, holy shit.
Oh, gosh.
One of you guys should do the mobile live streaming when you're at the event.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. That would be really cool. I usually do it on Facebook. Like I'll go live on Facebook sometimes. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, speaking of that, have you messed with the on Instagram? Do you do any live feeds on there, even though it doesn't keep it stored or anything?
I haven't. No.
Okay. I know
live.
I mean, as you guys know, I suck live. I mean, I'm boring as fuck.
No, hell no.
People like that shit though. For some reason, like they like the shows for people who have nothing to talk about. I don't know why, but they do.
Intimate.
Well, let me tell you this, because I was telling Mark last night when I got in from work. Of course, your feed went live while I was at work, and I seen it come across my phone and jumped in there real fast. But to kind of know the numbers to everything, for what numbers you had viewing at that time, your chat was freaking rolling last night. I mean, really rolling.
I was going fast.
And normally there'd be like a balance there, but like I said, so people were definitely loving it. Of course, I've seen Twisted pop in there too, which, you know, other people see stuff like that and they're like, oh shit, maybe, you know, he'll say something to me or something like that. So
yeah, he kept trolling me, just kept writing penis.
I did see that. But
no, I definitely I need to find a few. Like I talked to one guy already, but I'm gonna like if I do it again, I'm gonna have like moderators and try to make it a little more organized.
But you definitely ought to try to find. You know, I know you're friends with a lot of folks, and you definitely ought to do. You know, if not just maybe once a month, hook up with a couple of the guys. I mean, they'd love to watch stuff like that. I mean. Even though it appears that we have, well, it doesn't appear. There's like shows that kind of run off and on through the week that have established themselves pretty well now. But
yeah, it's kind of tough too because you don't want to step on any toes, you know.
Yeah, because I know Andrew's show was coming on last night at 8, and I was like, oh man, I wonder how long Matt's going to run with his, you know, because Andrew's had his going for a good long while. But it's just kind of like. You know, it's hard to keep up with who everybody's got what now. So
seems like there's a show every night.
Yep, definitely is.
If I do it, it'll definitely be Sunday nights. What time's your show at, Mark?
7 o'clock, baby.
He wants to
7
go head to head.
7 on Sundays.
I tell you what, Matt, if you do that, even though I'm on Mark's show, I'll just kind of like turn my
Get back and forth. You could be on both at the same time. It could be like this, you know.
That'd be a good idea because we can watch his show on our show and then
Just critique it and make fun of me the whole time.
that'd be perfect. We have something to talk about then.
Oh, yeah. Well, there you go. There's the fix to your show. Well, lately, though, you know, the program that we use or Mark and them use quite often is that Zoom. And it's been having issues with a lot of these shows. And his show literally got started off Sunday night and then went right down, and he could not get it going again. So he had to jump on Facebook and do the rest of the show from there. And even at that, I think it sucked. Yeah, because you don't always have people on the YouTube side that are Facebook people at all. So
Because I'm on a Mac, I'm so limited with what programs I can use for going live.
well, you know how to fix that shit.
Johnny's got the program I want.
And Johnny's not even using it.
No, you can't have it.
You just don't like doing it on normal Google Hangouts, Mark?
It's I don't know. It's boring looking. I like the layout of seeing everybody on the screen at the same time.
But you could do it that way if you had this program.
Yeah, exactly. That costs $500, $1,000.
Well, dude, you're making all that freaking YouTube money. What the hell?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, rolling it in right now.
Didn't Adam just give you a big check?
There's another check inside this box.
Oh, my gosh. Here we go.
You could buy a new scooter with that check.
I know. I'm going to have a scooter in Detroit for sure.
That's what we're going to get pictures of. I don't know if you know this, but Mark has actually contacted a few rental scooter places in Detroit.
I did not.
He doesn't want to walk around, so he will be fully scootered out in Detroit. So
No, I did say if a scooter wanted me to like represent them, I'd drive their scooter around all weekend.
Should get a hoverboard or something.
Oh, I'd kill myself. 4 wheels.
Those things are hard. I've tried them before. They're not for big guys.
Yeah.
no, not by any means.
And you got that other one, you'd have to stand up.
Yeah, that's not. I need something with a chair so I could sit on my ass all day.
The Segway, yeah, that's what
What you need to do is just go hit up like a grocery store and steal one of their little scooters that they have.
Dude, that's a good idea. Because you've got that big empty cage on the back of your vehicle that you haul out of your shit around on. You could
Call mods in there and shit.
You could run to the grocery store and just load that up, borrow it, and then take it back when you're done.
Will cause a distraction.
I've done that a few times. Like I've taken the scooters at the shopping store or whatever, but then I feel guilty when I see someone handicapped walking through the store.
Mark, I can't believe you're announcing this on a live show.
I know. Pretty bad.
Good job. Good job. Well, folks, we have hit that hour mark. So I want to thank Matt and Johnny for coming on. As always, it's always a great time having y'all here.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So we've got, 2 more weeks before we roll out and start doing the Detroit thing. Obviously, that week, the show is going to change. I've already had, because I'm leaving that Thursday. So I guess we're going to back the show up a day. But, yeah, whatever. When we get there closer to it, I'll announce what we're going to do with that. But, yeah, we're about to hit there. So we're going to get the hell out of here. Thanks for joining, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you later. Same time, same place next week. We out of here. So y'all have a good one.
Bye. Bye.